morning.
Buenos
Cheers.
dias. Good morning. It's
Sip. We need a
coffee
sip.
day on this gloomy, rainy day.
I don't know, but what do you do on a gloomy day? I mean, we just sit down and just Google in our computers or read interesting women because it's Women International.
It sure is month.
The whole month.
Women's
the whole
History
year,
Month, but yesterday.
We're recognized this month.
There's a lot to be talked about when it
Yes.
comes to women. And Maricela and I yesterday had the privilege of attending the Senator Iris Martinez International's Women's Day rally brunch or brunch rally at Mi Tierra restaurant, and we met
was
some
nice.
amazing
Yes.
women, and it was
Yes.
full. It was packed for Sunday,
And early.
and a beautiful day, which people could have opted out and did something else, like walk down Michigan Avenue or go shopping or go to a restaurant, because I'm like, even the
Without a
patios
coat.
were out,
Yes.
outside.
Yes, I smelled some cooking out. I was like,
Yeah, I
somebody's
did
making-
too.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, take advantage of
Yes.
it. But we decided
We
to
decided.
go and attend this amazing event that took place.
Well, I
love it.
had to be there because I spoke.
Yes, and that was amazing. I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, that's my girl. And then I was
My girl that, if she would have been my girl, she would have videotaped by presentation, but she did not. She's like, I forgot. What did you say?
No, I was like so intrigued and just listening. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me record her. I took a little glance.
I know. I didn't share with you that I was going to be
I
speaking
mean, it's
anyways.
like exactly. So I was I was like, oh, you're.
Yes.
But so I wanted, to give you my full attention because I feel like we're recording. It's fine,
It
but
is.
just being in the moment, and that's what I was. So I'm sorry I didn't.
Oh, no, that's
record
okay.
all.
I agree. I recently went to a concert. Whose concert did I go to?
Aventura?
Aventura. And I was really bothered, and I know I'm shifting here for a moment, but like how everybody was on their phone videotaping Aventura, which is great, but then you're taking away the experience of watching them, right? So I get it. I forgive you. I'm just messing with you, but I understand that everybody gets caught up in the money and stuff. And for me, it was kind of somewhat last minute for me to speak, and then I had to confirm what I was speaking about, and so as I was sort of happy, or I was happy that I was towards the end. Because I was able to hear all the other women not repeat anything that they were saying, because some of what they were saying, I was actually saying or planning on saying in my speech, but it was really great, and there was just a lot of conversation. But one of the things they shared is like statistics on women that I actually want to share with you as well. And we're going to start with when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Women business are continuing to grow at a faster pace than any other demographic.
We were like, oh
Yes.
standing ovation for that.
So we're building wealth for our families,
Yes,
right? As
yes.
women, we have over 9 million women-owned businesses in the U.S., which employs 7.8 million people and generates $1.4 billion a year.
Wow.
Isn't that
It
fascinating?
is. And then it's
I
also
love it.
amazing when you have these group of women all on this, like we're all on the same boat. It's like, oh, you caught me off guard because I'm like, oh, well, yes, I work at Ponce. I mean, she's like, what? And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I own Ponce.
Yes.
But, it's like, like with the struggles to get where you're at, you're still just, I'm just humble and, just, but
Yes,
it's
I
done.
agree. I mean, it was funny because you were introduced like, what do you do? I work for Ponce. And I was like,
Ponce.
and I had to catch her.
For
I'm like,
22 years.
no, what do you do, Marisa? And then she's like, I own Ponce. And I'm like, I have a friend that would say to us, because women, we're our worst critique, right? We don't want to pat ourselves on the back. We're really good about putting, getting hard on ourselves. But she would say it's shameless promotion. So shamelessly promote what you do and who you are. And I love that. I'm like, that's true, because we should have no shame in promoting who we really are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
I got it. The
So,
owner of Ponce.
the owner
Here's
of
my
Ponce.
business card. 22 years.
So let me
Thank
ask you
you.
this. Going back to the statistics, how many businesses you think are open daily by women?
Well, you know what? Here, I just ran into, well, I was parked across the street from this bakery.
Yes.
And I went inside, and, you know, it is just an amazing pastry, and it's women owned. But the thing is that we, like you were saying about the shameless, it's like we don't hear them advocate. I'm the owner of this. I'm this.
Yes.
They're just blossoming out there without, you know, giving themselves the proper credit. So that we need to get, you know, more women to talk about it and own their statuses.
Well, let me share with you how many women-owned businesses open a day. 1,200.
See?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
1,200 new businesses open every single day by women. And of all those statistics, 1.4 million are Hispanic women owned.
Wow. And
So-
we need to visit each and one of them and praise them.
We have 50 states to visit.
Yeah, road trip.
So it was really inspiring. And one of the things I said at the end of the day was, you know, to meet someone that you have never met before and exchange their business cards or some kind of contact information, and just listen to them and make it about them and not you.
Yeah.
Right?
I took that to heart.
Yes.
I took that to heart. I met, well, we were like introducing ourselves, and she complimented me on my outfit because, you know, I suited up. I was present. It was early, and you know I don't like early.
Yes.
So I said, I wear my gym shoes.
Oh, you did. That's right. Your Gucci gym shoes. With, mind you, this is being you. You had a suit on.
Yes, I did.
You had a suit on, and you walked in with gym shoes. And you know what? People are wearing gym shoes, and that's fine and dandy. And normally it's the Converse, and it's white that goes with the suit. But talk about the gym shoes you had on.
They got all kinds of colors.
They have all kinds of color. And she didn't care. She walked in confident. And the first thing she had me, she's like, as soon as she saw Buddy saw me, she put up her feet, like get her foot so I could see her shoe. I'm like, oh, look at that.
We took our picture. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I feel more comfortable. I feel more me. And, you know, when you feel good about yourself and, you know, it vibrates. And that's when Gloria from Eastern complimented me on my whole ensemble. Yeah, so we were like just chit-chatting, and then she was one of the speakers.
She was.
So I was like, oh, I know Gloria. We talked. She liked my outfit. So when she finishes up, she reads a poem of Maya Angelou.
Yes.
And I was like, and still I rise. So you looked at me and you're like,
I know. What to say? I rise. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I've ever listened to that poem before. So I rise numerous times, and every numerous moment or whatever part of that that poem had, I rise. Maria said was I rise. So go ahead.
And I love it. You just
I know you
leave us comments on how you feel about that poem. I rise. Still I rise. So she finished it, and I had to go up to her, and I'm like, oh my God, we're connected, Gloria. Look at my tattoo. Still.
Didn't even know this. I learned something new about Marisa yesterday. And
Still I rise.
Okay, so I'm a little slow sometimes to catch on to things because I am. And I was like, I rise. I rise. And I'm like, I don't know what she's doing. And then she had to show me, like, I rise. I'm like,
still I rise.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
I got it a little
So
bit.
that was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I showed up.
Yes.
And that's what it is too, showing up every
Showing
day.
up. Showing up, yes.
And on time. Sometimes
And
I'm
on
late.
time. And everything. But I have to say, it was a really great event.
It was.
And then I actually went to the bathroom, and as I was coming out, I thought I heard someone like call my name, but I didn't pay attention. I'm like, nah. And then I kind of walked out, and then this young lady runs after me. She still has soap in her hands. And she's like talking, she's like, Elizabeth, with all this soap in her hand. I looked at her, and I said, why don't you go wash your hands? I'll just wait for you. And then she comes out, and I was really impressed with her. Her name was Hannah Bonecutter. And this is what women, really do to empower each other. So she gives me 4 of her business cards. Like, she doesn't
Not
have enough
one,
to do.
two, four.
Yes. So I want to give a shout out to her because I think she's fascinating. So first of all, her business card is she's a PhD candidate.
Oh.
So she studied health policy and administration. So you go, girl.
Yes.
Then she's beautiful. So she's an actress, model, poet, writer, and public speaker. Okay, so I don't know where she studies or how she studies.
Yes.
Then she's also a elementary and middle school educator, and I love teach Hannah bone cutter. But what she also does is that she's a professional organizer. This is what her business is, bone clutter. She will declutter and organize your space, your kitchen, your attic, your living room, your basement, your playroom, and your closets. And I thought about you.
Yeah. I need this one and I need this one. So it's true about the clutter. I take this one.
So she thanked me for my short presentation. And if you know me, oftentimes I don't script anything. I really do speak from the heart. Mm-hmm. And people will comment afterwards. And honestly, some of the times I don't even remember what I said. I said, because I'm observant. So like I mentioned, I was listening to everybody. And then I speak from the heart about, yesterday was about empowerment and encouraging each other, right? Like, how do we empower each other? Yeah. So the fact that she gave me these I was, hey, I'm staying connected to her.
Yes, most definitely. One of our guests.
Yes.
She's coming on our show.
She will come on our show.
She will come on our show.
So women are powerful. So I was, thinking like, okay, so what can we talk about today in our show? And we decided it was going to be on Women's History Month, or just speaking about women. And, you can go back and you can start thinking about Amelia Hart, Rosa Parks, Mother Teresa. And then, they waved, they opened opportunities for us, right?
Yes.
And then did you know that prior to 1975, if you were a woman business owner and you wanted to get a loan, that you couldn't do it unless you had a male, if it could be your son, relative had to co-sign for you?
Wow, no.
Isn't that terrible?
That is.
1975, that was like yesterday.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. And talking about Amelia Hart on the Disney Plus, they have, I love it because they have National Geographics. And I just finished watching Amelia Hart's story. I never heard of it. Just for recently from getting that, and it came up. They also have Marilyn Monroe, but that's another story. But check it out. It's really interesting. I didn't know. Yes. Till this day, they still don't know where that plane ended, but she did break barriers.
She did.
For a lot of women. And talking about pilotinas. We know one. Yes. Jackie Camacho. She is one very impressive.
She is. Very impressive pilot.
Yes. So there is Latina women pilots out there. There's women making a lot of movements, and we have to get inspired with each and one of them. Grab them. And I heard something on the radio. Mm-hmm. Well, not on the radio. I was listening to a podcast, and they asked, her name is Sarah Berkeley. They asked her, what does greatness means to you? And she's like, wow, it's not a word, it's a feeling. And it's the feeling that she takes away greatness when somebody is inspired of what she does and writing her books and stuff like that. And yesterday you gave me that feeling because it's like I took away, I didn't record you, but I was like inspired every day. It's like something different I learned, and that's what it is, greatness. The greatness of Elizabeth. She inspired me. She speaks from her heart, and that's what it does. It's just inspiring and empowering all of us come together. That was a really nice of it.
It was connecting with
connecting.
each other. Yes,
yeah.
I had a lot of people come up to me. They all had different things. They were like, "I like how you made eye contact with the audience," which to me is important because you have to connect with your people, one level. But one woman came up to me. She was like, "I want to start a business," and I said to her, "Why not?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Like what I was saying on stage is, why not me when I had my obstacles? So I told her, why not? Why not open your business?
When women want to open a restaurant, and there's two things: being consistent and being present. Consistency
Yes.
and present.
You know, all
So
the time.
consistency and being present, and that applies to any job you decide to do. And the fear is like your worst enemy.
Correct.
You know, it's like it's there and it's so strong. You know, it's like you have to break those barriers and surround yourself by all these other women that are doing things, and the podcasts you can listen to, you know, just get motivated, get something, and get that greatness and feeling where somebody inspires you, and that's what greatness becomes.
So remember what Senator Iris Martinez is. So she's the first Latina woman senator, right? And she never in a million years thought that she could fit the role. And you know, it took a male figure to tell her, you can do this. And she went for it. And then here she is, right? We second guess ourselves often.
Yeah. You just have to, like, see what works for you. And, you know, it's like you can learn a little bit and take away from everyone that you meet. But you need to get out there, be present, like in these events, organizations, and stuff like that. Like, I'm sitting next to, the president coming up.
Oh, yes.
See, oh, yes. Talking about being noble and
Yes, you know, yes, I will be the first, right?
Yes.
And it's like, I want to like tag that on the first, because you know, I became the first of a lot of things, because I was like, whenever there's an opportunity for me to participate in something that's going to help me grow professionally or personally, I'm going to jump at it. And you know, and I was the first cohort of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business.
Same.
I was the first cohort of CASE program. I was the first winner of SCORE's video contest. I was the first Latina to win the Small Business of the Year for the state of Illinois in 2014, which then took me to Washington. So I'm a first in this. I'm the first entrepreneur in my family. So I should tag that, because I jump at opportunities that are provided to me, because I feel that we have to continually grow and empower ourselves to be stronger women at home and in business, right?
Yes, definitely.
And I think that's really, really key. Yes, I'm the
first. And you're the first to do a Boricua Talk show. Con Maricel, this is our first.
And something that I would never consider doing, because I'm very expressive. So I don't know that, you know, if you see pictures of me, sometimes I'm like, I have these weird facial expressions, you know, and I'm like, God, Elizabeth, you're going to go to acting school. But I threw myself out there, and I'm like, well, I'm going to do it because we have so much synergy together. And we have a lot of fun with it. And so I'm like, oh, whatever. We know that this show is unscripted. We don't plan anything. We don't schedule anything. We just go with the flow, right? And today we may have some sheets in front of us because we're gathering data, but it's very unscripted. And so that to me comes very natural. And so that's why I do it. So
and the thing is, like you said, we got stuff that we want to talk about, but we like piggyback on stuff that we are currently talking about like right now, and we might not get to it. But
exactly.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. And we roll. And we roll.
Because we're boss babes, we're boss badass. Can we say badass?
Yes, I did remember when I said that.
Oh Lord,
I said, I'm a badass.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
It's true. And I'm not only a badass, you're a badass. Women are in general.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we are.
So I want to shout out to somebody else, because I was just really happy yesterday, and I want to be supportive of other women. But, you know, we had just released a branding video for our company, and a friend of mine shared it on his Facebook page, and it reached a young lady who then privately messaged me through Facebook and said, wow, I just saw your video, and this department within the city of Chicago needs interpreter translations, and you should reach out to them. Without knowing me, she actually sent me a referral, which was pretty awesome.
That is.
Yes. However, just about a week ago, we got a purchase order for that same organization, so we were working with them, but she was at the event yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and she came up and said, I'm Angelica Alfaro.
Oh,
so
wow.
She's the Associate Director of Local and State Relations at the University of Illinois System. She didn't have to do that.
No, those are connections, but those are women with power that share the power, and that's why they keep getting elevated, because that's a key. That's how Elizabeth is. She's transparent. That's why I didn't record you. I was like, that's my friend. She went out with her. You know, it's
Yes.
like, wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, and it was so organic, and I really appreciate that. And she's like, I'm always going to keep you in mind. So thank you, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to listen. It's make it about them, connect.
Yes.
Right? And we also met another young lady who started her IT business. It was casually speaking about it. I'm like, you know what? I want you to connect with my friend who owns an IT company.
Yeah.
Very successful, so maybe she could give you some tips. And I'm sure she wasn't expecting that to come from me or anybody else in that room.
Exactly.
But that's how we have to do it.
Yes,
I love
that. I love that. It was such a good energy there.
Yes.
Such a good vibe. Good vibes only.
Good vibes only.
That was good.
Good.
That was good.
So, talking about women, empowering women, and encouraging, supporting, what do we have coming up this week?
Well, I have them that I do sell them at Ponce Restaurant. It's for my good friend Tamika Lachey Morales with her Autism Hero Project. This is their second year. And last year we came in and we where is it? Oh, here we go. Last year it was in October. No, in April.
In April.
And it was that snowstorm.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
that's
23rd.
true.
That was like, okay, but people showed up, and that's what you have to do. You got to show up for others.
Yes.
So others can, como tú dijiste, I'm with my friend, hoy por ti, mañana por mí.
Exactly.
And that's how it works.
Yes.
So let's read here a little bit. Yo no veo.
Tú no ves.
Okay, the Autism Hero Project second annual Dance for Autism event. The tickets are being sold at Ponce online. Get your ticket. Please support Hoy por ti, mañana por mí. There we go. There'll be dancing. We're gonna dance and enjoy the event. And they also have like raffles. They have the cupcakes.
Okay.
Sweet cakes. They have a lot of amazing things. So check it out.
Awesome.
Yes.
What else we have? Because we are running out of
Oh
time.
my God, Janice Aponte.
Yes.
I love her. Didn't we get the
Yes.
matching? No, we didn't get the matching.
Oh, no, we
person.
don't. I got the plena one.
Yes, I got Frida Kahlo because I love Frida. So now she has another. So she said, "Oh, are you gonna go?"
So she did.
Oh, she did. She sure did. It's a pop-up art show on.
I know the lettering is very small. I didn't know Maria said couldn't see.
I can't see. I can see close with my glasses.
So look,
without
it's
glasses.
Saturday, March 14th from 6 to 10.
Please show up.
And I'm going to be the last
Janice
one.
Aponte, please do that because that was darker. But Janice Aponte, she's amazing.
She is.
Yes.
And then
Find
the
out
last
about our
one
girl.
is A View from a Different Perspective, photography exhibit of David Philemon Selva. This is the nephew of a dear friend of mine, Martha Selva. And it's the opening reception at La Luz Gallery, 1545 West 18th Street on Saturday, March 14th. So there's quite a few things going on this week.
Show the picture. That's
So we'll
amazing
post the pictures, but it's not in colors. You really can't.
Oh,
you
but
know, it is a beautiful picture.
Abstract and all that.
Yes.
Please support.
With that. And then I want to end the show today, or we want to end the show with closing it out with this amazing, with a video. And I was inspired by this young lady. Her name is Rachel Balkovich, and she's the first female full-time hitting coach for the New York Yankees. And this video is going to walk you through her journey of, you know, being a woman trying to get into the baseball industry.
Yes.
And having a lot of doors locked on her because she was
a female.
And she had to be very strategic about getting an interview, which would be explained in the video. So enjoy the video.
Enjoy the video.
And we will be closing with that today. So have a wonderful week. Stay healthy, and we love you.
And drink coffee.
Adios.
Cheers.
Spring training marks the start of a new season in Major League Baseball. This year, it also marks the next step for women in the sport. The San Francisco Giants hired Alyssa Nacken as an assistant coach, the first full-time female coach on a Major League staff. The New York Yankees mark new ground, hiring Rachel Balkovich. She's the first woman to be a full-time hitting coach in a Major League organization. We caught up with Rachel before her historic season began.
Did you have any nerves before your first day?
Yeah.
They were nerves of excitement as Rachel Balkovec became the first woman to wear the iconic New York Yankee pinstripes.
It's a huge point of pride, and it actually changes the way that I kind of feel throughout my days.
Rachel hopes to have an impact on the Yankees minor league players as a new hitting coach in the club.
You know, I think there's always a bit of curiosity surrounding it, like, why is she here? Does she know her stuff? But I would venture to say that any player that's ever worked with me would at least say she puts in the work, she cares, she's knowledgeable.
That knowledge includes 2 master's degrees in human movement science. The expertise she brings to the Yankees can best be described as data-driven development, from eye tracking and ball spin to swing mechanics. Yankees hitting coordinator Dylan Lawson wanted Rachel on his team.
Selfishly, she makes me as a coach better.
Lawson first met Rachel 4 years ago when she worked as a minor league strength coach for the Houston Astros.
I think it's pretty clear when someone is elite at their job, they stand out.
SOA, SOA!
She's overqualified for almost every job that she's ever had. She's just that good.
But having the goods and a competitive resume wasn't enough to land Rachel a coaching job in a man's sport when she first started looking.
I applied to 8 to 10 jobs, and it just was like crickets.
Finally, one team called and said they wanted to hire her. Then something changed.
He was like, Rachel, I'm really sorry. I want to be honest with you, though. We can't hire you, and it's because you're a woman. And I just was shocked. First of all, you know, that's illegal. And he said, well, it gets worse. And I was like, how could this possibly get worse? He said, you know, I also called around to all the other people that I knew had positions open, and they also said the same thing.
And this was a major league organization.
Yeah. You know.
Do you want to say who, or you?
Oh, absolutely not. No. He tried to help me. And this is 2013.
Yeah.
This isn't the 60s.
Determined to find a way in, Rachel created a gender-neutral resume, including changing her name to Ray. The response was immediate.
I picked it up, I said, hello, and he said, hey, can I speak to Ray? And I just was like, I remember my face. I was like, this is she? You could hear ruffling of papers, and he said, oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get the name right. And I just thought, oh no, you just didn't know it was a girl.
Did that anger you at all, that just those changes make it gender neutral, and now suddenly you're a great candidate?
I don't know. I never felt anger necessary, frustration and not understanding and give me a chance. Like, those were words that came, but not like anger. That was a lesson of like, okay, look, if they're not going to hire me because I'm a woman, I don't want to work for them anyway.
Gender wasn't an issue for the St. Louis Cardinals, who 1 year later made Rachel the first full-time female strength coach in Major League affiliated baseball. She credits her dad with first introducing her to the power of lifting.
I'm sure I was the only 11-year-old girl in the weight room at the time, but I didn't notice because I just was hanging out with my dad, and over time that became a habit for me personally.